Hello friends, I hope you're having a great weekend. Brandy here, and this is the 15th day of our 30 days of wellness and connection together. So thank you for joining me again. Today I want to talk more about the connection part of our work here together, but still along the lines of talking about the energy of autumn. So we've already talked quite a bit about how the energy changes, how as the energy of the sun starts moving down, as we move toward the winter solstice, that we need to make lifestyle changes, changes in our diet as well to stay healthy and to prevent sickness. But as the energy goes down, so does our mood quite often. And we all know this from the Western perspective, that we have a name for it as seasonal affective disorder when we don't have as much sunlight. That does bring about depressed feelings. However, from the perspective of Chinese medicine, this is a very natural time to experience sadness and loss of the sun and loss of the vibrancy around us. And so I just want to talk more about that today for many reasons. And I wasn't sure if I was going to share, but I think I will, because it's the honest truth is that, of course, what we're experiencing right now with the coronavirus pandemic, with the lockdowns, with the loss of businesses, livelihoods, changes in income, that we are definitely seeing more depression around us. We are seeing more incidences of drug use, overdose, suicides, things, of course, that were already happening, but that are extremely worse now. And yesterday, after we were together in my garden and I was talking about the Chinese medicine diet, I was walking back to my house and met up with some neighbors and learned that one of our neighbors had died. And I don't have all of the details, but it sounds like he did commit suicide. So I, of course, have been thinking about this a lot, and how I'm going to reach out to his wife. But this is, of course, it's an easier time for us to feel out of balance this way. It might be a quicker ride downhill. So this will be a little somber today. And so when we're out of balance with lung, large intestine energy in autumn, we experience prolonged grief, extreme sadness, or the inability to express our sadness. So this is the extreme when we're out of balance. And of course, it can go even downhill from there, from feeling apathy and then wanting to end your life. But we all feel this to some degree. Like I just said, there is this sense of loss to this season. But what we're supposed to be feeling in a balanced state is courage. So you usually don't think of courage as being the opposite of grief, but that's what it is in Chinese medicine. It's courage and reverence. So this is courage to be with what is, to be with this loss, and to make the most of it. And again, this is about adapting. And then reverence is how we approach it. This is how we see things, that we have this reverence for nature when we see this loss of energy, when we see how the tree leaves are losing their vibrancy and falling. We see that as beauty when we are balanced. So this is what I'm talking about: reverence and then courage to be with it, that you're embracing it because this is a natural part of the cycle of life. So this is also what gets us out of grief. and to experience the loss all around us that happens inevitably. So that's where we're going with this. So we already talked about how to build up lung, large intestine energy. So the emotional part, we do work toward this balance as we are adapting to the season and adjusting our diet. This affects our mood too. You may not think that it's powerful enough, but it is. Still, even if we are not, or even if we are eating properly and staying warm, there still could be an inability to see the bright side of what is happening. I'm just going to turn up this light a bit more. It's getting very dark here in the room right now, but we are adapting. So, of course, if this is all not enough, because I am going to give you some recommendations here. If you are feeling extreme sadness, just this reminder about my neighbor, please seek out help. And please, everyone, especially right now, we should be checking in on our friends and work towards strengthening our relationships. Because after I had this encounter with my neighbors and I told my husband here at home, I asked him how he was doing, because we haven't been as good lately. But this experience is now bringing us closer together, because we were emotionally, venting about, what's happening politically, socially here, but we both feel that even though it's hard, that we are blessed. So we are seeing that our family is still strong. We're still enjoying being together and are trying to make the most of this time. Okay, so, but if you're not quite that way, again, working with your diet will help you to be more balanced with this energy. Work toward expressing yourself, like I just said I did with my husband. It can be hard, but we don't want to keep our feelings bottled up, because that does affect our health. I talked about this the other day with appropriate or healthy self-expression. So try to do that as often as you can. Seeking out connections. So this one may be a little controversial, but I want to be completely honest with you, as I have been with my family. I have been very honest with my patients, is that I am still seeing friends. I'm still driving up north to see my family, because I value connection, human connection. It's more important to me right now than fear of this virus. And I think it's also because I have so much confidence in my health and my ability to maintain my health, even if I am sick. And I still have yet to meet anyone who has had this virus personally in my life. So everyone around me is healthy. We're not spreading anything among each other. And I actually just met with a lovely group that we're meeting every month. A group of intellectuals, a group of really health-minded people, and they brightened my whole day. I think it's going to last this whole weekend. That we really love the time that we're creating to meet with each other. So maybe you're not feeling safe enough to do that in person, but if you have a few people that you can spend some time with, or maybe you can create a meeting online where you can do something that you enjoy, like a book club or a knitting club or something else like that, where you are seeking connection, that would be a wonderful idea for right now. And invite people who you think might be feeling isolated. Also, immerse yourself in nature. So again, we talked about this the other day, how just going for a walk in your neighborhood, connecting in with the trees, connecting in with the animals will really boost your mood. And remember, we're all feeling this energy shift. So the trees are feeling it, the animals are feeling it, and they may not be feeling it to the same degree as you, but that is my next point, is our attitude is what can really change that. So if we're not obsessing about this feeling of loss, but instead appreciating what we do have, that can make all the difference. So shifting to an attitude of gratitude, each day committing, maybe when you first wake up, and I used to do this, I think I'm gonna, since I'm talking to you about it right now, I'm gonna start committing to it again. When I would wake up, the first thing I would do is either just put my feet on the ground as I'm sitting in bed, or I'd actually get down on the ground and bow to the earth and just think of all the things that I am grateful for. Be grateful every morning for just waking up and having a whole day in front of you. And then if, of course, you can spend some time throughout the day pausing and being grateful for things that have happened in the day, things that you're reminded of, that you're experiencing and are very appreciative of. So I know this was a little more of a heavy live today. Let me know if you're watching this. I see I have someone on here. Say hi. I want to know that you guys are watching this and enjoying them. So I hope this helped you reframe your attitude toward this season, and I hope that you can seek more joy in your life, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Take care.